Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I'm bringing to you a very special collab with a new friend of mine here on YouTube. Her name is Stacy from Stacilea Beauty, and today we're going to bring to you an eyeshadow look, or a look inspired by our favorite spring flowers. To my channel, or if you're here from Stacilea's channel, very special welcome to you. I am so glad to have you here, and I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. If you like what you see, it helps you find my videos easier, and I really appreciate it. If you're not new to my channel, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate that as well. And let's just talk about Stacy for a moment. She is a project planner. She does a lot of reviews on Makeup Revolution and the sister companies of Makeup Revolution, like iHeartRevolution, Revolution Pro, which I really love because who doesn't want in-depth, honest reviews on affordable makeup? So definitely check her out for that. She does collection videos, she does declutter videos, she does organize my collection videos, which is just like a pure addiction to me. I love seeing other people's collections in any capacity. But the main thing that I feel like Stacy and I connect on, and it's in the About section on her channel, and that is that she considers herself an educational beauty channel, and that is just the epitome of what I'm trying to do over here on my channel. So I really think that that's where we kind of came to know and love each other's channels. We've been subscribed to each other for such a long time, and we've been wanting to collab for a while now. So here you go, and just so you know, Stacy uploads Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So my inspiration for this eyeshadow look is the flower Viola, or Viola, however you want to say it, mauve, you get the point. But violas are my favorite spring flower because they are the very first flowers that you tend to see at the grocery stores and things like that when spring is just starting. It's usually violas and pansies. So, and I just love them. I think they have like the cutest little like faces on them. I love Shasta daisies, but I decided to go with violas because, like I said, they're kind of like the first indication that spring is coming. Here in Colorado, we'll have to move our pansies or violas in and out for a while as I'm staring out the window at a foot of snow. But before I get into all of that, the palette I'm going to be using today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection Volume 1. This is my favorite of the three volumes, and I think if we look at it here, we're going to see that the colors for violas and that are represented in my inspo picks are definitely in this palette. So let's get started. I'm just going to pop the shades that I'm using up on the screen as I go, so I don't have to, you know, hold up this giant palette and interrupt myself as I'm talking about nothing. Sound good? I think I'm gonna go into the shade B1, under the B1. You knew a bingo joke was coming, don't lie. And I'm gonna pick up some of that, and I'm going to kind of try to blow this out in at my crease and transition area. And I think this is going to, you know, lay down nicely as a base as we add some of the blue and the deeper purples and things like that. I have a few ideas of what I want to do with this look, but that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It snowed a lot last night. We knew it was going to snow, and we knew it was supposed to snow a lot. But because the ground had started to warm here, I think the snow is very heavy, and we lost one of the aspen trees in our yard last night. It like bent over at the base because the snow was so heavy on it, and it's like currently leaning over our little white, it's not a picket fence, but it's short like a picket fence around our yard. I'll insert a picture just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I woke up to this morning. And I do love snow, but I am ready for spring. I don't think you can live in Colorado if you don't like snow, because we do get a fair amount of it, but it is usually gone within, you know, a day or two because the sun and because of the elevation and everything. Not that you came here for geography or a weather lesson. I think next I'm gonna go into B4, and I'm picking this one because it has a lot of blue in it. Purple, of course, is made from red and blue, right? But you can have two different kinds of purple. You can have a more red purple, like what I have on now, where it has more red than blue in it, or you can have more of a blue-based purple, which is what I'm about to apply, where you have a lot more blue than red, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, so what I'm gonna do is first place this purple on the very outer part of my eyelid, and then I'm going to buff it very gently in the crease. I don't want a huge, like, I don't want this purple to go up too far. I don't really want this look to be too dark, famous last words, but you know, we'll see. We see how it goes. So you can see I'm kind of pressing it in first and then doing a little bit of blending, just creating that little bit of a rounded shape. I don't think this brush is dense enough for what I want though. I'm gonna go in with a little bit smaller and more dense brush, which was my first instinct, but of course I didn't listen to that. And the other thing I like about the purples in this palette is I don't find them to be patchy at all, and that's not always the case with purples either. Purples apparently are hard to formulate, and so sometimes you get some that you just can't blend. Funny story though, I do have viola seeds planted in a pot that is sitting in my living room because there's snow outside. But my daughter and I planted them right before the snowstorm. So we don't have a lot. We just have a few seeds that we've planted, mostly for entertainment. So I planted some moss rose seeds because I'm very weird and sentimental about moss rose. My mom always had it growing in our yard, on the side of our driveway, things like that when I was a kid. So I always try to get a little moss rose every year, and this year I thought, well, I'll try from seed. So we planted the viola seeds, and then the other thing, just for gits and shiggles, I love cactus and I love succulent plants. I love all plants, but I have a thing for both of those. And so I found this packet of seeds that was like miscellaneous cactus seeds. I'm gonna go back to the first shade with the first brush. And so for gits and shiggles, my daughter and I planted those. And then we also planted some catnip for our kitty Lucille. She loves her some nip, especially fresh nip. Fresh nip is always better. Okay, hopefully you can't hear the fan too much, but I had to turn it on because I'm getting sweaty. That's not what this is though, that's studio lighting and the snow outside. So anyways, that's what we planted. And then I've also been working on like repotting some and like topping off some of my houseplants, which consist of all sorts of plants. So this is what we're looking like. I'm pretty darn happy with that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into the first shimmer next, and that is going to be D2. It's not quite navy, but it's somewhere between navy and royal blue, I would say, with some like purple reflect in it. So I think that'll be pretty for our deeper shimmer on the outer part of the lid, and then we'll go from there. And I'm just going to apply this right over the edge of where the purple is on the lid. So I still want that purple to be there, especially since we didn't bring it up super far in the crease. So I want to leave a little bit of that purple showing. And of course, we can always go back in with the purple and, you know, make a blend, reestablish the purple. I haven't played with these palettes in so long, and I was like so excited as soon as, you know, the old brain started working, and I was like, yeah, I should do violas, and I should mention I love pansies just as much because they're kind of very much in the same family. I just like the violas a little bit more because they're small. Who doesn't like mini things? I do. Okay, going back in with that little dense brush and that same purple before, I'm just going to pat this on the outer part of the lid again and make sure we have a little blendy between the blue and the purple. I do want to put just the like itsy bitsy little tiniest bit of black on the very outer part of the lid, which is D5. And I really am just doing this because there's not any darker purples in the palette, so I just want that teeny tiniest little bit of depth, also kind of mimicking the little black like markings on the pansy. Alrighty, now for the magic moment. One of my favorite shades in this palette is A1, which is a stunning lavender shade, hence the lavender sweater. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on like the inner half or so of the lid, and I'm going to spray it. My Fix Plus is just about out. So let's hope it makes it through the video. Oh, that's so pretty already. So if you had to pick a flower, you know, either just pick your favorite spring flower, or if you were going to create a look inspired by a spring flower, what would it be? I got to know, because before I was a crazy makeup lady, I was a crazy plant lady. Oh, I was going to say that, like I said earlier, my plant collection, if you will, consists of a lot of different types of plants. I grow foliage plants, I grow flowering plants, like I have a braided hibiscus tree, I grow succulents and cactus or cacti, and I do garden and stuff as well, but mostly I like indoor plants. Oh my gosh, I am loving this. Oh, let's not ruin it. Oh, I just love this palette so much. It's so pretty. They're all pretty, but this one is my favorite. This one I think was the most well done out of the three. I think I'm going to put the darkest purple B4 on the lower lash line, and I do want to keep this pretty close to the lash line. I don't want to really buff it out or diffuse it or anything. Just kind of faded in toward the inner eye, like so. And I generally like more of a diffused lower lash line, but I really, when I have a heavier upper eye situation, I prefer to keep it pretty light on the bottom, like not a lot of product. I'm gonna take my little sponge and just kind of clean up this edge so it doesn't look like the eye is drooping down. I'm obsessed. This just might get me back into that colorful life that I left behind for a while. I mean, part of it is fall and winter just aren't super colorful seasons for me in terms of bright. I don't know, we go through phases, do we not? For a last little something something, and to represent the yellow, which yellow is my favorite color in case you're new here, but to represent the yellow on the innermost part of the viola, I almost said pansy, I'm going to go into the shade C2, but first I'm going to go into the shade C1, which is the most gorgeous white eyeshadow I've ever used. It's so smooth and soft, and I'm gonna, whoa. I'm going to tuck that in my little cavern here, and that's just so it brightens up the yellow a little bit when I bring that in. This white is outstanding. Legitimately the best white shadow in my collection. And look at that. I mean, it practically looks shiny, but it's not. It's just matte. Whoa. Control yourself, Kyra. I'm going to just tuck a little bit of that under the brow arch there. All right, now going into C2. This looks very chunky, so I think I'm going to spray it. And I'm just going to pat this on the innermost part of the eye. And then just kind of trying to pat around the edges. Just a little flare right there. I don't know, does that look good? I'm just gonna hopefully blend this out a little bit. There's a buffing, using a buffing motion and a clean brush. Just won't, the rest of the eye look looks so pretty. Hopefully you guys don't think I just ruined it, but, or, you know, these are the kind of looks where it's okay to go a little crazy. I think that's it, actually. I'm gonna pop off of here, do some liner, mascara, and a lip, and I will come back and we'll finish off the video. All right, we're back. This is the final look. What do we think? I actually don't think I need to add any blush, which is a huge shock to me. I finished off the eyes with this black eyeliner from NARS, my BareMInerals Lashtopia mascara that I'm working through right now. My lips, I have the MAC lip liner in Whirl, and for the rest of my lips, wow, I'm using this new Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine lipstick in the shade Glaze Mauve. Wow, was I not prepared for that or what? I love this, and it's really hard for me sometimes when I do like purple looks or really bright looks to kind of figure out a lip for it. Anyhow, let me know down below what you think of this look. I love how this turned out. I kind of figured I would because I really love this palette, and you know, hopefully that means that I will be digging it out more for the spring and summer. Thank you so much to you, Stacy, for collaborating with me on this video. I'm so glad that you suggested that we do like a look inspired video because it's been a while since I just, you know, sort of got the creative juices flowing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you are staying safe and well and being kind to others, but most of all to yourself. And I hope if you're wearing makeup right now, and I hope you are, that all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful spring inspired makeup days, and I will see you in my next video real soon.